welcome back to Discussing Serial. I'm Amber Corrin with Federal Times. It's been a while since our last segment, as we've been delayed by the major snowstorm that hit here in DC in recent days. The Serial podcast itself also has moved to a bi-weekly format, so that's changed our schedule as well. But we're glad to be back, and today we are here with Oriana Pawlyk from Military Times. So thank you for joining us, Oriana.
Thanks.
In the most recent episode of Serial, which went live last week, we got a glimpse at some of the inner workings going on stateside during Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl's disappearance. Titled Meanwhile in Tampa, this time we heard a bit about the system behind the search for Bergdahl, including some of its dysfunction. The episode's title refers to U.S. Central Command, based in Tampa, Florida, which was the nerve center for personnel recovery efforts that were led by intelligence analysts who sometimes actually had to advocate for the search for Bergdahl amid the military's competing priorities. So, Oriana, what were some of the different issues going on that hampered the search for Bergdahl?
Well, in this podcast, you heard from Defense Department personnel, and they said that they really had no solid system of tracking Bowe Bergdahl, and that all had to do with the area of operations, whether he was in Iraq or Afghanistan. And he was in Afghanistan, and they couldn't really track him in that area of operation. And another problem with tracking Bowe Bergdahl is that no one really knew who should pinpoint the lead, whether it was the Defense Department or if it was the CIA, because the CIA had jurisdiction in places in Pakistan, like Pakistan, and the question was, did Bowe Bergdahl end up wandering into Pakistan with the Taliban?
Right, so the search for Bergdahl really required analysts to work together, work between intelligence agencies. They had to compile and layer human intelligence, signals intelligence, geospatial intelligence, and then send that up the chain of command. That was tough to do when the chain of command wasn't necessarily always clear. Also tough to do when the people up the chain of command didn't even see Bergdahl as a priority. There was also the touchy diplomatic side of things, right?
Right, and that had everything to do with Pakistan. I mean, while Bowe Bergdahl was missing between 2009 and 2014, in 2011, as we all know, it was the Osama bin Laden raid, and we wanted to keep things diplomatically even keel with Pakistan because I think, as they said in the podcast, we were all out of favors with Pakistan.
Right, it was not a good time to be asking for favors. So much to talk about here. We'll pick up again next week after Serial Episode 6 goes live on February 4th. Until then, please visit our websites, federaltimes.com and militarytimes.com, for more on this and other news you don't want to miss.